thought Britannia just ruled the sea waves? Now she rules the airwaves. This is Great British News.
Good evening and welcome back to Great British News.
The first ever British news channel.
Earlier this year, after being electively cancelled out of our other jobs, we realised that it was practically impossible to get any news in this country. I mean, you've really only got Sky News, ITV News, Channel 4 News.
CNN International, S4C, RTE,
Right,
Al Jazeera, Euronews, Russia Today, TVC News. I think Babe Station does a bulletin, like a News in Briefs.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Nor would I.
But how many of them are truly balanced?
Well, BBC, but they're only balanced like half the time.
Anyway, the point is, we're here now. And you don't have to be afraid anymore.
Tonight's top story, terror on the streets of Great Britain as our children are being influenced by a new TikTok craze that makes them act European.
Later on, we'll be asking what goes in first, the tea bag or the milk? All these important questions and more.
But first, the weather.
Thanks, Helen. Now, if you're going out, you'd better pack a raincoat because it's looking like a gloomy weekend on the East Coast with chilly breezes and showers coming in.
I'm going to have to stop you there, Paul. It sounds to me like you're being a bit down on your country.
Yeah, Paul, seemed pretty negative.
It's just going to be a little chilly, that's all.
I don't buy it.
How come?
It's based on meteorological data.
All right, brainiac. Paul, if you don't like the weather, why don't you go back to where you came from?
Buckinghamshire.
You know what? I actually think it's going to be sunny, Paul.
It's not.
I popped my hand outside the window and it seemed pretty mild, Paul.
Sure, yet today, but...
You just have to believe it, Paul.
It's trying its best, Paul.
The weather!
Say it with me, Paul. It's going
It's going
to be hot.
to be hot.
Thanks, Paul. And now we go live to our senior political correspondent, Harry Spike. What's your view, Harry?
It's horrible here, John. It's really horrid.
What's the matter?
I tried to do some news. I tried to talk to the other journalists and they all made fun of me.
What's that? Why are they laughing at you,
I
darling?
don't know, I just tried to talk to them, all the other journalists, they just ignored me. So then I tried to get on my megaphone and stand up for myself like you said, and they just took it away and they called me an idiot.
You poor little thing.
Now, Harry, do exactly what I say. Go straight up to him and you slug him in the mouth. You hear?
Okay, yeah.
You've got to be more assertive, Harry.
I'm trying, but no one ever listens to me. All I've got is this national television programme, my 100,000 followers on Parler, a weekly podcast, regular television appearances, my 2 books and my mayoral campaign, but still no one hears me.
Well, you've got to give them something to listen to. Bop him on the nose and tell him I sent you.
Oi! John says you're the idiot.
Mayoral candidate Harry Spike there, fighting the good fight.
Speaking of good fights, here's what's coming up on this week's edition of Divorce Watch.
She says if I don't stop columning about how school sports days are degrading our fundamental right to freedom of speech, she's going to take the kids away.
Nobody is tying my legs to a child's legs.
Are the social justice left doing the egg and spoon race? I don't think so.
But first, a brand new segment on the show this week.
We're tasting these boots to see which ones are the most delicious.
Should we try the beige?
I think we should.
Grab yourself a lukewarm British beer and a fag, and we'll see you after the break.